Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Arkansas Gun Guy. Today, a top 5 list. Sure to make everybody mad because people always get mad at lists because their favorite's not number one or they don't like the certain order of things. My intention is to not make anyone mad. I'm just a big Sig fan, and I happen to have in my possession 5 of, I think, the best Sigs of all time. And I thought, well, why not rank them? One of the ones I think are the best, are my favorites. You can, whichever you prefer. But I think it's a fun list, and I hope you're very surprised by number 1 because I think it is the best Sig, I will say that. And we'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What are your favorite Sigs? Do you have a top 5? And what do you think of the list? Let me know. And again, appreciate you watching. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my little channel of world domination, and I'm not quite there yet. But at number 5, I'll start with the P75, also known as the P220. This is Sig's single stack 9mm, one of the most important military weapons of all time. It was an evolution of their first military weapon. They had to make something that was a little bit less expensive, that could be carried with double action, single action, and just be more durable for the militaries of the world. So that was the Sig P220. Came out in about 1975, originally called the P75. And again, it is a double action, single action firearm, and was, I believe, the first to feature Sig's iconic decocker on the frame there. Originally available at 9mm only. It's since evolved into, I think it was 40 at one point in time, as well as this is the 45 version here, nice German version with the Hill magazine release. And now they even come in 10mm. They come in Legion series. It's been around since 1975, still being made today. All metal frame, feels great in the hand. Each recoil because of the weight. Good shooting gun, good long sight radius. Just a fantastic gun, and my start of the series at number 5, the P220. Now, at number 4, the gun that many people love to hate, and this is going to look weird, have to use 2 hands almost, because I'm talking about the P320. This is a P320X compact without the fire control unit. You notice there's nothing in there. That's because I've taken the fire control unit out and put it in something else that doesn't even resemble a Sig P320 right now. So I wanted to show you at least something that looked similar to what most people recognize as a P320, also known as the M17 or M18 military pistols. These guns, I think, are pretty cool because of what they've done to the industry with modularization, modularization. Hard for me to say from Arkansas. But in general, they won the military contract and got tons of fat military cash because they did a good job making this firearm modular. If you don't know, you see a hole here in my grip. This is actually the serialized portion of the firearm, which is just the trigger unit that goes inside there. It very easily pops out. I bought this originally as an X compact, just like this. It has now been in, I think I have 20 different versions of firearms with only the one FFL that I bought with this. That this gun can become a full size, can become a carry size, have metal frames. I have Wilson Combat grip modules, have all types of grip modules. So it's just striker fired gun. Again, used for the military. But my favorite thing about it is the fact that it is so incredibly modular. Game changer for being modular. I know people kind of toy with that, but Sig definitely has hands down made this an incredible option for people. I forgot to mention calibers too. From that one trigger unit, I've got 40 Smith & Wesson, 357 Sigs. I've got all kinds of options with that gun. So at number 4 was the P320. I know has a reputation for going off by itself, so I've read on the internet. Mine's always gone bang when I pull the trigger, and it's very accurate, been very good. So that was number 4. Number 3, the most popular gun in America, and again, another very cool revolutionary gun that Sig invented, and that is the P365 series. Mine is a 365 XL you see there. I like the longer slide and longer grip for a little extra capacity. But the beauty of this thing is its thinness. Just over 1 inch wide. This thing is so easy to carry. It's not even funny. It is a fantastic firearm that has changed the world. Everybody has a micro 9 now because of this. There are good, small, thin carry options before that didn't have the capacity. I think even the X Macro now is not much bigger than this to hold 17 rounds in such a thin frame. So it's a good reason why this is the most popular firearm in America. Again, striker fired. Just a fantastic gun that's also modular, but not as easy as the 320. You can take the fire control unit out of here by removing a different pin and also go nuts building different types of systems. So Sig, for sure, has won the modularity game. They are definitely, innovators there. So number 3, the 365 series, because it is so stinking easy to carry. Now, if many of you watched my show before, you may think that this would be my number 1 because it was my holy grail gun. The gun that, when I first got into guns, I had researched what kind of gun I'm looking for, what do I want. This is the one I was looking for. It took me a while to find it, but it was legendary because if you're unsure what you want, but you think you want the best, you look up what gun do Navy SEALs use, and you get the Sig 226. And that's what I got. I could not wait to get a Sig 226 because that's what the Navy SEALs had used. Beretta won the military contract that year, but the SEALs says, we don't want the Beretta, we want the Sig. So that sold billions of guns now for Sig in their lifetime, probably, just for the provenance of the SEALs, preferring the 226 over the Beretta, which is a great gun, by the way. So this 226 is an evolution of the 220 where I started, which was a single stack. The 226 then became a double stack, 9mm, also later available on 40, 357 Sig, all the things. And again, double action, single action with that iconic decocker you see there. And today this thing is made in so many variations I can't even tell you. There's single action only, there's Legion, non-Legion versions, there's competition versions with longer barrels. Just a fantastic firearm. Again, a gun that eats recoil. All different levels of triggers. This trigger is stock military trigger. It's fine. They make better ones. But my number 2, what most people think would be the number 1, the gun that started my whole obsession with firearms, the Sig 226. So if that was number 1, if that's number 2 rather, what could be number 1? Because that's got to be the best gun, right? The 226 is legendary, and it is legend. I love that. It's by my bed all the time. It's the gun. However, once I got into SIGs and learned more about them, I found out there's a better SIG. A SIG that is the best shooting gun I own, the best trigger I have, the gun I shoot better than anything else. And it actually started something that most people don't realize they started. And that is the inverted rail system that came with the Sig P210. It used to be called, it started as the P49, and it was introduced into military service in Europe in 1949. Sig bought the design of this firearm from a French company whose name I've forgotten and should have researched before this probably. But the big thing about this firearm that's different than most other firearms ever made is the fact that it has an inverted rail system. You can see that the rails are on the inside of the frame, outside of the slide, and it lets the firearm sit lower inside there. Many people call that a CZ75, and that look is from CZ75, but this inverted rail system that the P210 started sets lower in your hand, makes this gun a fantastic shooter. Again, started in 1945, it was essentially, it's always been called the best production military weapon ever made. It was essentially a target gun for the military. It was absolutely a dead-on accurate gun, more accurate than 1911 in my humble opinion. Don't hate me, 1911 fans. But for me, I think this is a gun that is absolutely elegant. This is the target version made by Sig today with these fat wood grips. The originals had polymer grips on here, but again, beautiful, beautiful design, the massive beaver tail, just beautiful lines on the gun. It is an absolute beautiful gun that's a joy to shoot, and a trigger that is a feather. You just barely touch the trigger and it goes. Single action only. So that's why from 1949 to 1975, this was Sig's military firearm before it was replaced by the 220, which was cheaper to make and double action, single action. So that's my number 1, the Sig P210. What do you think about the 210? Do you love it? Do you even know about it? Because it's a fantastic gun, and I don't think enough people do know about it. So anyway, thank you for hanging out for my top 5 video. Appreciate you watching. Again, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks.